From the YBA Phoenix Fitness 24/7 basketball facility in Rockland, California, it's Coach's Rize time with Coach C.Collins.
Get it started. 3, 2, 1.
Coach's Rize time.
Hey, yep. How you doing, man? Back to that Coach's Rize time where we talk a little basketball. Mainly, obviously, emphasizing on AAU side, but, you know, we talk about some life and in between. Welcome back if you made it through, man. I appreciate you being here. I know it's been a while since I dropped anything, so thank you guys if you have been subscribing and listening. It's just been a hectic month for me, so I haven't really had a chance. Please check out that main show About That Life podcast with my boy Mark. We really hoping to drop a couple of episodes this month in the AAU basketball world. It is that time. You got the live peers, the 2 live peers. The first one happened last weekend, and that was wild in itself. So we all know, like, you know, it's AAU time, right? It's here. We got to get in while it's hot. You got May coming up, and then from there you go on to high school ball. So, you know, shout out if you've been subscribing and checking out. If you're new here, you know, do the HBO special. Help a brother out. Shout out to the Poor Man's Podcast. I just really appreciate those who've been supporting, man, from day one. I just can't mention enough. You know, I think we're at 170 subscribers. If you can get me to 200, it's a small goal, but it's my goal, so maybe you can help me out. Please hit that subscribe and like button. It helps out with the algorithm. With that being said, today's topic is going to be the experience of being on the shoe circuit. Now, a lot of people see it, allude to it. I don't think, and you know, they have documentaries like the Oakland Soldiers. They had a great documentary. I think it was on Showtime. I think when I had Low on the About That Life podcast show, we talked about that. You know, Arsenal, they were on it formerly. PHPS is on the Adidas Gold Gauntlet. You know, West Coast Elite is doing their Grassroots XL. The Compton Magic is doing the stage. Hoop Circuit's doing their thing. Prep Hoops. I mean, everybody's out there shining right now. But these shoe circuits are always where it's at. I wanted to talk about my experience with it, the shoe circuit I'm with, and maybe I can give some insight on what to expect if you're a new team that's trying to fight your way through that glass ceiling, or maybe you made it for the next year, it's your first year, and you're just kind of like, well, what do we expect? Shout out to my sponsors, though. Shout out to Dr. Dish, best shooting machine gun on the market. Tell them About That Life podcast sent you. They'll hook you up with a little bit of discount. And also, if you're looking for tournaments, for AAU tournaments, rec league, good competition, pretty consistent gym rentals, step over to Hardwood Palace out here in Rockland, California. They'll hook you up. Talk to Steve or Grant. Let them know About That Life sent you and Coach C.Collins. You'll be all good. The circuit. So my team personally, right, the UA circuit. Shout out to Under Armour. We are on the UA Rize circuit. Basically, let's just keep it a buck, call it what it is. It's kind of like the B-level entry group, right? Now, don't get me wrong. Very competitive. A lot of amazing talent. My team was fortunate enough to get out there. We ended up going 4-1. We played against a team like the Tulsa Hawks, AAO Flight, Fundamental U, which I think is a very good team, very formidable team. East Coast Power, like we played some tough teams. I got a chance to see Steph Curry's program team. I mean, their starting point guard I think was like 6'6", and just to give context, I'm 6'5", so this was just unreal, man. We played at in Indiana at the Pacers facility. The Adidas Gauntlet 3SB was going on at the same time, so you had 2 shoe circuits and going on. So let's just break it down, like what actually happened. So we fly in, obviously you get in, get to your hotels, get some rest, get ready to go. We started Friday evening was our first game. We played in the Rize facility first. It's separate from UAA facility, which was the Pacers facility, but their facility was nice as well. I'm sorry, the name's escaping me right now, but we played our first 2 games there, our first, 3 games there, and then we played our next 2 games at the Pacers facility. You officially cannot start shooting until 6 p.m. on Friday, because that's officially when the NCAA live period begins, and I believe it ends on Sunday by 4 p.m. So you really can't even like shoot basketballs. They were totally legit with that. Under Armour had a great feel, great facility, great banners. I mean, everything had a very cool vibe about it. You could see it on my IG if you want to check it out. The links will be in the description. So you play your games. The cool part is, at least for the UAA, don't know what the Soldiers EYBL is doing. They're in Orlando, Florida, and don't know what the Adidas 3SB were doing because it wasn't there. But what I can tell you is on the UAA, they had three official crews. It was NCAA rules and a 30-second shot clock. And you played 4 8-minute quarters. Stop clock the last minute of every quarter. 3 timeouts for the whole game. Now, I can't tell you enough how much I was appreciative of having a 3 official crew. I can't tell you how appreciative I was for having a shot clock. We all know as AAU coaches, we need shot clocks. The only reason local tournaments and stuff don't do shot clocks is because they'll have to pay more money for the second scorekeeper, because you can't have one person keeping the score, keeping track of clock, and do the shot clock. You would have to have 2 people to a table, which means it doubles the cost, doubles the price of the people you have to pay to do the scorekeeping. That's a big reason why AAU doesn't have shot clock. It's not because their people are just lazy. It's just because it costs more money. Because at the end of the day, that's what a lot of this revolves around. It costs money. Shoe Circuits got involved in it because they were making a bunch of money. So let's just call it what it is. They did a phenomenal job. I want to say, at least my experience, all the officials were very professional. You could approach them. You could talk to them. There was one that was kind of a jerk for a minute, but I think once I got him to laugh a little bit, he eased up. No, you could advocate for yourself. You could talk to him. It felt very much a vibe of like, a collegiate vibe. And of course, you're coaching against coaches who have knowledge. I think I saw some former like NBA players in there coaching and some of their kids playing. So it was actually a really cool event. Teams are phenomenal. I mean, I'm not going to lie, though. One thing and trend I'm seeing is a lot of prep school kids on these 17U AAU teams, which I would say personally for myself, I find kind of troubling because we all know prep school kids are above 17. They're more like 19, 20, some of them, and you have them playing in 17U. I definitely, for my opinion, would like to see a separate bracket for like a prep school bracket or 18U and up, but that's just on me. The cool part is, like, so my team has 3 seniors. They let you have up to 4, especially, and this is an adjustment because of COVID. Obviously, that shifted a lot of things. And my team did extremely well. We went 4-1. We beat some formidable teams. The last 2 games at the Pacers facility, I mean, we first game, I think, or the first game there, we won by 20. Second game, we won by like 40. And we went out from the jump, went phenomenal. My point guards, Malik Rose, did really well. Josiah Johnson, Amari Edwards, Matt Schroeder, shout out to Cab. He did great. Derek, Elijah. I mean, my whole team, man. My whole team. I love them to death. They all did their thing, and I'm very, very proud of them. We represented SAC and California, I think, in a really good way. Rose City, which is another program in our backyard, was out there. I think they went 2-2 as far as their 17U. Shout out to Joe Mulaney. That's my guy. He plays on the 16U. I'll coach his older brother on my Beast Most team, but that's a whole nother thing. But no, you play your games, and the cool part is, so they keep track of all points. So like at the end of the games, you within your bracket, which is for us it's 12 teams, you get your placement. And I think right now we're in 4th or 5th place, and we scored 266 points. I think the first place team, which is 4-0, which is AAO Flight, they scored 292. So points matter. Points matter on these shoe circuits. There's no cap at like 20 points or 15 points. Like, you need to score. And if you running to score up on a team, you need to run it up that much more, because it comes down to points if you're tied up at some point. We do go to Kansas City next weekend and take our luck out there. We got another series of games. After that, you have the championship, which is broken down into pool play, bracket play in Atlanta. And then, everything goes well, God willing, we come home with a championship. Shoe circuit programs have a B side and an A side. That Rize side has, I mean, it's almost every kid out there is college ready at some level, whether it be JC, NEI, D1, D2, D3. I mean, on the UAA side, it's really prevalent. But again, I want to say on the UAA side, you see a lot of reclasses and you see a lot of prep school kids. So it does play a factor because they're way older. But it's so much talent. I talk to so many coaches. That's the one thing I will give you guys advice at coaches. You got to use that time to network. You got to use that time. You can't be afraid to go up to people. You can't be afraid to have conversations. Now, the coaches can't talk to the kids, but they can talk to you. I was fortunate enough to have talked to a lot of collegiate coaches, guys who knew me for my reputation and the teams I've coached and my rapport with them. I met a lot of new guys too, and it was great, and really understanding how it works. I will say this also for you kids who listen, or for those who want to learn some insight in the show as well. You do have to understand recruitment's different now. Recruitment is that way different. You got the transfer portal's changed everything. The way recruitment works now, it's really transfer portal, JC, prep school, and then high school. So high school is the bottom of the totem pole. So you guys really have to understand you're going to have to work. I've been even encouraging a lot of my seniors and guys, look at JCs, look at national JCs, even my juniors. If a JC is hell-bent on getting you, if they want you and they I like this kid, do it, man. Just take it. Gray shirt there, gray shirt 1 year, get your body up, get stronger, then ball out your freshman year. By that time, hopefully things will get regulated in terms of the colleges, guys getting out, things get back to normal, and then boom, you're off and ready to go to whatever D1, D2, or D3 you end up at. That's just my outlook on it. Everybody, of course, has a different opinion. If you're an ESPN top 100, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If you're 6'9" and above, you probably have less to worry about. But, COVID shifted things, and the transfer portal shifted things. So you guys have to adjust to what's going on in front of you. So be ready for that and be mindful of that as well. I also want to give another shout out to a sponsor of mine. He's another podcaster, sports talk podcaster like myself. He talks more, he's talking collegiate basketball, baseball, football in his area. It's called Sports Talk with David in Mobile. Check him out. Check his show out. I'll try to have a link to his show in the description. Shout out to you, bro. Keep doing your thing. I just want to give him some plug. Check him out on the audio side. I don't think he's on the YouTube side, but check him out on the audio side, especially if you're in his local area. He seems very passionate about the game like myself. So, I'm all about advocating and helping guys out that are trying to just, find their way up and coming just like everybody else. So please go ahead and give him a listen if you can. Give him a like and a follow if you like it, and just check it out. So in conclusion with everything, I want you guys to understand it is a battle to get to that circuit. Also, expect if you do get a contract, it'll probably be within your first year. So because it'll be like a 1-year contract, you're going to have to fight for potentially a 3 to 5 year contract. My team's gone off to a great start. Is that everybody's situation? Probably not. With all that being said, though, thanks for checking out the show. Thanks for listening, or thanks for watching. Again, hit that subscribe, hit that like button if you want to. If not, it's all good. Just check. Always love to hear comments, listen to how I'm doing, try to progress. If you want to hear more insight into the AAU basketball world, I got you. If you want to hear more on my takes on other things going on in the basketball community, or whether it be ball, the street ball circuit, ball is life circuit, whether it be college, NBA, I'm always looking for more topics that people might be curious on my take on. I'm going to try to get more information as a coach on how I look at the game, and definitely appreciate you guys who've been supporting since day one. Everybody be safe out there. Take care of yourself. Shout out to my boy Mark, man. Shout out to Joe. We're going to hopefully bring About That Life podcast back soon. Think we're going to have some great guests and some hot topics. So please stay tuned for that. Be safe.